animals, the others. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that all you the human being, all this is serving you, and you serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's how the word that we have to help is to create that worldwide ethical individuals and communities. So my son, your baby, my baby, that's what he needs. The insan is the same human being. He has a heart, and he has a mind, and he has a body. So how to use this and make programs? So all this, the mind is fed, the heart is fed, the body is fed, and the social life of the kid and the parent is fed. So by putting programs in this direction, we can create that human being, Muslim human being, that can be positive and effective and impacting his surrounding. So al-insan ruhun wa jasad. Ruhun, al-insan, the human being is a ruh, is a spirit, and a body. So it's already split in a body. The spirit comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know the story of Adam, how he was created. And the jasad, it's grow from the plantation, from eating the food, from eating the meat, so in a way or another, that's we and the animals, we are the same when it comes to the jasad, the body. Even the animals, they have body, and they have to be fed to grow. So, but the human has the jasad, but in order to grow, he cannot grow with the jasad only. You have to grow with the mind and with the brain and with the spirit. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the ayah, وَنَفَخْنَا فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِنَا, we gave the ruh to the human being. وَاللَّهُ أَنْبَتَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ نَبَاتًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that we brought you from the earth like the plantation. You feed it, it will grow. ثُمَّ يُعِيدُكُمْ فِيهَا, and we'll come back to the earth. وَيُخْرِجُكُمْ إِخْرَاجًا, and in the day of judgment we go out. So the human is a soul, the body and the brain. Soul is fed from the revelation. So our spirit, our Islam, our spiritual life is fed from the revelation, from the Quran and from the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The body is fed from the earth, and the brain is fed from the knowledge. That's why we send our kids to the school, is to learn the mathematics, the science. This is a knowledge. And by the way, when you go to the history, the Muslim, Al-Kindi, and all these scientific Muslim, they are the ones, they helped the foundation of the mathematical and the science revolution in the world. So when a human being pass away, when we die, the soul goes up from where it comes, and the body comes down, and we bury the body from where it comes. So it's like a divorce. It's like the people who understand the computer is like a pointer. At the day of judgment, it's a pointer. Everybody recognizes his soul, and every soul recognizes the body. So then they will come, وَيُخْرِجُكُمْ إِخْرَاجًا. It's like you go left, and somebody go right, and one day you will meet in the day of judgment. The body goes in one area, and the soul goes in another area, but there is connection between the two. At the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell them, okay, now every soul comes to its body, and it's time for resurrection, and it's time for accountability. So, the spiritual dimension. I start with the spiritual dimension because this is the most valuable in the human being. If you see my T-shirt that I designed for the youth, spirituality is on the top, and then science, and then social life, and then the sport. This is by design, and I believe in that. I believe that if you don't have the spirituality, if you don't have the connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are missing the most valuable component in your life. and you cannot do nothing without it. And that's why the world is in desperate mood, because some people, they want to take the spirituality and the religious, doesn't matter. They don't want any religion. Forget about Islam. They are putting too much pressure on Islam, but they don't want any of the other religion, because the other religion, they have some spirituality, right? So they don't want any spirituality. So when they deprive you from your spirituality, you become like animals. Then they route you left, they route you right, they route you wherever they want, and you just follow. So that's the whole point. So الجانب الروحي ربط القلب بالله. The spirituality is nothing than connecting the heart to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you read or you hear the verses of the Quran, most of them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking you to come back. ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. Just by making dhikr, you make tranquility in your heart. So you make dhikr, you read the Quran, spirituality, salat. As a parent, what about if you put an effort to transmit that to your kids, so you make the connection of the kid to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the dhikr and the salat. So those who have believed and whose heart are assured by the remembrance of Allah, unquestionably by the remembrance of Allah, heart are assured. So I'm giving here some examples about how you link and how you connect the heart of the boy or of the girl to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is by the salat, by qira'at al-Quran, by dhikr, by dua. This will help the kids and the parent to be in present connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that will give the spirituality back, and based on that spirituality, we act in our life. So the next is the cognition dimension. The cognition dimension is al-ilm, the knowledge. So traditional knowledge or nowadays knowledge is the same, is to feed the brain, is to make people think, is to have a critical thinking, is to make people read books, do the math, do the science, teach them all this, and all this will contribute in building the brain and the logic to our kids. So the cognition is the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. الجانب التربوي والتعليم. Education. إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He already equipped us for something that we can gather and collect the knowledge, right? We didn't go anywhere. It's given to the parent, it's given to the human being to acquire knowledge. When you hear something, that's a knowledge. When you see something, that's a knowledge. So Allah already equipped us and make us useful to each other. One, He's a teacher, He teaches the kids. The other one is a professor, he teaches the university. So that's how we acquire knowledge from each other. So thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for giving me my ears and eyes and my tongue to learn. And once you learn, once you feed yourself, you feed your brain, then it will help you how to act in life. لهم قلوب لا يفقهون بها ولهم أعين لا يبصرون بها ولهم أذان لا يسمعون بها أولئك كالأنعام. So the people who don't use their ears and their eyes and their tongue for the right direction, for the right path, they are like al-an'am. They are like beetles. They are like animals. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this, they didn't give them, He gave them, but very limited. So what is the purpose if somebody gave you something, but you don't use it? Right? You freeze it. You don't use it to get the knowledge. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gave us all these elements to acquire knowledge, and if you don't use it, you are nothing than like the an'am. In a way or another, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you, you have to use it. Use it for the good. Use your ears to hear something good, the Quran. Use your eyes to see something good. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ. Look at the sky. فَاطِرِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Question the world. Why there is trees? Why there is stars? Why there is moons? Why there is sun? Why there is... So question that. This will lead you to recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator. So they have heart with which they do not understand. They have eyes with which they do not see. And they have ears which they do not hear. Those are like livestock. Rather, they are more astray. It is they who are the heedless. Right? In a way or another, you are worse than the animal if you don't use this element to get knowledge and to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, the next is Iqra. I want to just say that the people, they say that Islam is not based on knowledge. We take them back and we tell them, by the way, the whole Quran starts with Iqra. Read the word. Right? So, the first thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us through Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the wahi is Iqra. Read. And the ulama, they said there are two kinds of reading. One is reading the Mus'haf, right? Reading the Mus'haf, that every Muslim reading the Mus'haf almost daily, okay? The other one is reading the word, the universe. قراءة الكتاب المسطور والكتاب المنظور. الكتاب المسطور is this one, and الكتاب المنظور, this unseen universe, the seen universe. That's also is a kitab. That's why when you are reading here, this kitab, it tells you, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. It's directing you to the samawat wal-ard. And when you read the samawat wal-ard, you see the stars, you see the moon, you see this, you say, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا سُبْحَانَكَ فَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. So there is two lines between reading the book and exploring the word, and exploring the word and reading the book. So, two ways of being win-win situation. Now, so we talk about two. One, the spiritual dimension, and now is the cognition and the ilm and the knowledge dimension. Now I will move to the next dimension. Al-ilm, I want to focus here. Seeking knowledge is a must, right? It's not like it's not like it's an optional for you to take your kid to school. No, it's a must. Alhamdulillah, even the whole world, it comes to this conclusion. There are some previous whatever, they say that a female should not go to school. Okay, she should stay at home. It's over. We passed that level. Everybody knows that female is half of the society, and if you don't educate the female, you are going to contribute in a poor society. So, طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم ومسلمة. Seeking knowledge, it's a farida. It's like the salat. It's fard. Rasul sallam, he advised the Sahaba, seek knowledge even in China. أطلب العلم ولو في الصين. What means what? It means that do an extra effort to seek knowledge. And if you go to the Islamic civilization and how the Sahaba, they used to travel 300 miles just to make sure to identify a hadith, or to find the sanad for that hadith, and to make sure that they are getting the right knowledge. If you go to a Shafi'i or Malik, or they used to go to Al-Kufa, they used to go to Al-Basra, they used to go to Baghdad to get the knowledge, right? And guess what? It's not with airplane, it's not with a taxi, it's not with Uber. No, it's taking walking and how you think. Nowadays, we have everything to gather knowledge, and on the top of that, we are not there, and we are not educating our kids about getting the knowledge. So, And the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi ilman sahhala Allahu bihi tariqan al-jannah." You want to go to Jannah, you have to seek knowledge. And you have to take the path to seek knowledge. One of the ulama, which is from my country, his name is Abdul Hamid ibn Badis, he said, "In lam nurabbi al-abna fanahnu nabni ala al-ma." If we don't educate the kids, we are like building on the water. Right? Building what? You are building in the water that one day it will fall. It means what? It means what? We have to put an extra effort to educate the kids and to bring the Muslim character through using all the schools and the community social work and the community programs. So, next, the environment. So, Rasul in one of the hadith, he said that يولد المرء على الفطرة. This is giving a responsibility to the parent that you are responsible about your kid. It's not matter you leave your kid and you say, oh, okay, somebody will shape the character of my son. No, you are responsible about how the character of your son is shaped. So, يولد المرء على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه. Al-Fitra is al-Islam. Everybody is born as a Muslim. Then it's up to the parent, the school he go, that impact his character and take him from Islam to other ideologies or not. So everybody is born as a Muslim. Why? Because Islam is the nature. Islam doesn't contradict the nature. So he's born as a Muslim. وَإِذَا فَحَلُوا فَاحِشَةً قَالُوا وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهَا آبَاءَنَا. So nowadays you hear that some people, some section in the society, they said, when you tell them, why you are doing this wrong? They'll tell you, sorry, we inherited from our parent. You cannot inherit stealing from 7-Eleven from your parent. He said, my dad, he used to steal from 7-Eleven. I go to 7-Eleven, I steal. And he said, I inherited, right? So why you are saying the other action that they are wrong, you are doing them, and you say, we inherited. This is Quran. This is not me. When at the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam, when they asked their people, why you are doing that? They will tell you, we inherited from our parent. In a way or another, don't blame us. It's in the blood, right? Why you blame me, right? So we inherited from our parent. We are following our father's inheritance, right? So Quran and Islam logic doesn't stand this one. You cannot tell me that you inherited wrong things from your dad, right? You inherit the color of the eye, you inherit the sky, the whatever, the skin, but you don't inherit the character. The character is built. The character is left to the human being to create programs and education to build and shape the people of the future and the generation of the future. كان الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يفرغنا ويملينا. The Sahaba, they said the Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم, which is his mission is to educate them. They said that كان الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم, he used to empty us and fill us. Why? Because when you go to a society, there are a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of things that they are wrong, and people, they think that that's normal. That's the normal life. So the Sahaba, they said that Muhammad ﷺ used to empty us from any ideology or thinking or process of thinking from the Jahiliyyah, from the ignorance time. He used to empty them. Hey, by the way, you guys, the Arabs, used to do this before my coming as a prophet. That was wrong. And guess what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentioned that the Arabs, before Muhammad ﷺ, they used to bury the female life, right? Somebody has a female born, he's ashamed of having a female, so what he does, he bury her. Yes, 1% of the society, they used to do that, but the Quran mentioned that this is wrong. The Quran mentioned that this is wrong toward a female born to bury it live just out of being shamed for having a female. So that's why Rasulullah he was empty them from this false ideologies, false thinking in the society, and then he fills them with what the Quran says, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from them. So now the next is the body dimension, al-janib al-riyad. So the body, we already talked about the spirit, which is the qalb, and we already talked about the brain, which is the education, why it's a must, and now the body. The body is your body. The body follows what the qalb and what the brain tells him to do. So you already fed the qalb with the connection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the love of salat, love of the Quran, and you filled your brain with the math, the science, the understanding, the sociology, the psychology, the politics of the world. And now, how you feed your body? Your body also needs to be fed. That's why you go to any doctor, he tells you, okay, you have to sleep well, you have to eat well, you have to exercise, right? These are needed also. Because we want, as a Muslim, we don't want just to create a spiritual man or youth. We want also to create a human being that is well-shaped, is very good, is very athletic, is very attractive. So, respect the hobbies, the sport, and the entertainment. The parent should figure out what is the hobby of your kids. They want to play soccer, they want to play basketball, they want to play cricket, they want to play whatever, tennis. So you have, that's why I like the way when I was a long time I put my kids in soccer because I came from a soccer world. I said, okay, I'll put my kids in soccer. So fine, I know I am a soccer coach, so let my kids learn soccer, so I will be able to help them. I put all my kids in soccer, and they performed good, fine. But I figured out that the Americans, they are smarter than us. What they do, they put their kids 6 months in soccer, 6 months in basketball, 6 months in football, 6 months in baseball, and then after 2-3 years, okay, of doing this rotation, then the kid himself, he excel or he loves something better than something. If he loves the soccer better, they push him to go soccer. If he loves the basketball and his skills in basketball are better and he likes it and he loves it, they push him to that, or they put some budget to take him to the next level. So they are smarter than us in a way or another. They don't impose in their kids to go one direction. They gave the diversity to their kids to explore everything, and then themselves they will decide. So respecting the hobby of the kid, it helps because you are building confidence in the kid so he can decide by himself down the road. أشغلوها في الخير قبل أن تشتغل في الشر. This is a word of Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab is a sociologist. He understands the society. He understands the people. So he gave this advice to the parent, to the society, to the Muslim. As kids, as youth, use them for the good, because if you give them spare time and free time, they might use it in the wrong way. So in a way or another, that we have to put programs after programs after programs, so the kids' life will be only from good to good to good to good to good to good. So we don't give him time to go and go around. So this is the role of the parent, the educators, the teachers. So if you put a program for your kid, let's say after he got up, you tell him, okay, now half an hour you read the Quran. After half an hour you tell him, okay, now you're going to do half an hour math. After that you tell him, okay, let's go and play together. After that you go and tell him, okay, you have a nap. After that you have to tell him, let's go and have, come here, let's cook some dinner together. So in a way or another, you are teaching him many skills, all of them halal, all of them good. You are not giving him time to do anything, to go and watch TV or do something like that. Even if you watch TV, you as a parent, you have to find out things that are clean to watch together. So, أشغلهم في الخير. This is a very, very huge concept that make them busy with the good before they will be busy, and especially for the youth. Especially for the youth. And that's because what I see is that the youth of the community is, once they get a car, when they are graduated from high school, and they get a car, and probably they get a job, that's it. You cannot bring them to the masjid anymore. They might come, if they are well educated, they have foundation. If they don't have good condition, they might go somewhere else. But if you start earlier, putting programs and keeping them busy with the good, the area of the kid or the youth, they will go wrong, it will be very, very low. نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ. Two things, many people, they don't give value to it. الصحة, good health, and free time. We don't know how to manage our free time. So if you are given this free time and the صحة, make sure that Allah blessed you and use that for your kids and for your family and for your community. الجسم السليم في العقل السليم. الجسم, a sound body in sound mind. Some people, they say this is a hadith. Some people, they say it's just a wisdom, which is fine. But at the end, it makes sense. It means what you have to build both together, they go parallel to each other. You build the body, you build the brain, and you feed the heart. علموا أولادكم الرماية والسباحة وركوب الخيل. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said, what? Teach your kids الرماية, right? The archery, and السباحة, and the swimming, and the horse riding. There is a reason behind that. That's all these are for the body, right? So in order to shape a good body for a good Muslim. Now the social dimension, which is the last dimension. So we talk about the spiritual dimension and the cognition, which is the educative and the knowledge, and the sport and the body. Now is the social. You cannot live by yourself. I cannot live by myself. Brother Khalid, he cannot live by himself. Nobody can live by himself. So what we have to do, we have to create a social programs and activities that Muslim help each other. Muslim do picnics. Muslim do carnivals. Muslim play together. Muslim do family night. Muslim visit each other. So this is the social life. So as-Sahaba, they used to be like that. Right? They used to be a community. They used to have their activities. Why? Because you need me, I need you. The kids, especially the kids, they learn from each other. Most of the time, they don't learn from their parents. They learn from their peers. They learn from each other. So we as a parent, we are the one who should create these activities. So where people gather and they learn from each other and have build the brotherhood, build the love between the Muslim individuals, build the caring about the Muslim, either poor or somebody looking for a job, we help him to get a job, or somebody want to get married, we help him to get a spouse. That's the social life. That's the social. We have to increase this activity so the Muslim will feel they are happy also in their life. So helping the needy, the empathy, the brotherhood, visiting the sick, following the janazah, all these are activities of a social life community. So the parent responsibility. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, one of the last verses of the Quran, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Right? Guess what? If you understand the Arabic, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم. دينكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, it's your deen. Right? It's your deen. What does it mean? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you this is your deen, when somebody come and tell you this is your spouse, this is your wife, this is your kid, it's making you responsible about them. Right? أكملت لكم لكم أنتم المسلمين. I have what? This day I have perfected for you your religion. He addressed it to you that this is yours. What does it mean? You have to take care of it. You have to take the whole package of the religion. You should not just pick and choose. This thing is good for me, I'll take it. This choose is not. No. You have to take the whole package. So, and you are responsible about that. Completed my favor upon you and have approved for you Islam as a religion. That's it. It's over. Islam is your religion. You have to understand it, and you have to live with it, and you have to transmit it to your kids, to the generation of the future. يوصيكم الله في أولادكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is in the Quran that take care of your kids. It's a must. Take care of your family. Take care of your kids. So this is just a summary about, it's in Arabic, but it's about the body, how you feed the body through the work and the sport, how you feed the aql, the brain, which is through the qira'ah, the reading, and the tadabbur, and the knowledge, how you feed the nafs, which is taqwa al-mujahada, how you feed the qalb, which is hubb wa dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala wa qira'at al-Qur'an, how you feed the ruh is al-insan ruhun ilallah. So we have a responsibility, we have a mission toward ourselves, toward our kids, and toward our community, and toward the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Never, never, never think that we are created to follow this ideology or this ideology. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be leaders. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the mission and gave us the tools and gave us the Quran and the Sunnah to be leaders, to lead the world. We are not here to say that we are in animosity with the others, but we are in a competitivity. I'll give you my good and give me your good, and let the people, let the world see who are the Muslim, what they can contribute to the world, how they can change the world from the bad to the good, how they can contribute in solving the problems and the wars and the poverty and in the world. So we have to build the generation that they are skills enough, they have good attraction, and they attract people, so people hire them, people look after them, to hire them to change or to impact the society around us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. I'll give 5 minutes to anybody who want to comment or want to ask question. I'm here to help, inshallah. If you have any question, go ahead. Bismillah, Khalid. True. Okay, so Brother Khalid is asking that we live in a non-Muslim country, okay, and a Muslim country. So what is my say about raising our kids here and raising our kids there? So there is challenges in both sides. Here we have challenges because we live in an open world, liberal world. Like I told you, your son, you give him a car, you never know where is he, right? That's a challenge, right? Back home, people, they don't have car. Sometimes poverty is a blessing. They don't have car, so the kid by 7, 8 o'clock is at home. Here, he has a car, he go wherever, you don't know. Okay, there is challenges, there is good and bad in both sides. The bad news about our country these days is that we are not following Islam. We hear the adhan outside, but the society also is corrupt. Why? Because the government, they are not putting Islam as reference number one to educate the communities and to educate the society. If you go to any country, you find the programs and the curriculum are mostly secular, if not atheist, right? Islam is just a title. So, but here, the good news about here as a Muslim community, when we live together, we can put programs. We can open schools, right? There are some Muslim countries, they don't allow you to teach Quran in the schools. While here, because of the freedom of the land, of the constitution, we can teach Quran, we can open Islamic schools. Right? So there are challenges and plus and minus everywhere you go. Allahu a'lam. Any other question? If you have any question, let me know. I don't know, maybe sister, they have a question. You have a question, brother? You are good? Okay. If there is no question, we just end the lecture, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك جزاكم الله خير بارك الله فيكم إياكم